Good morning. Good morning. I'm Tom Merrill, grateful and proud member of this community. Seems like everyone's pretty well taken their seats. It is now time to turn on your phone. Whoa. I want you to grab your phone if you have texting and text someone this morning to let them know the joy that you're having, where you are, and what you're up to. Invite them to join you next week.
And you get your last fix before you have to turn it off for it.
Your last fix, yes. Alrighty. Now is the time to turn off your cell phone or any other device, electronic device that makes noises and connects us to the world out there electronically, because we know that we are already connected to the universe without the use of those devices, and that it just interferes with the sound system. So reconnect through spirit. Welcome to the Golden Gate Center for Spiritual Living. We honor you wherever you are on your spiritual path, and knowing that there is something here for you this morning in the spirit, the song, the words you gathered this morning. Today's topic is life is always more than this, and it's especially appropriate for me to be listening in. I find that it's easy to get fixated on the circumstances of my life, and it is, with my ego engaged in solving the problems on its own. So today is a reminder that I not only don't need to do it alone, but that there's much more out there which will allow me to, if I allow myself to open to that, which is there. Thanks. Please join us in our morning chant, the words of which will be on the wall behind me, and it'll be followed by the spiritual mind treatment by our very own Reverend Karyl to take you deeply into your own center.
Let's all stand up. Stretch yourself a little bit. Take a deep breath. There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There's only one life. That life Keep it going. Let me hear ya. That life is perfect. Yeah. That life is my life now. There's only one life. There's only one life. That life is my life now. There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is my life now. There's only one life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There's only one life. That life is my life now. That life is my life now. There's only one life. There's only one. That life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is God's life.
That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now.
Great. So as you take your seats, I would like to say good morning to everybody that's watching online and to tell you that since we have started that little thing about texting somebody that you know and tell them where you are, that one of the people, it was actually Susanne Baldwin who's going to be singing for us on Easter, she thought that it was for her. So she goes, "Hi, Karyl, I'm told to text." So when I got, in my car a couple of weeks ago, there was this little text from Susanne, and she said, "Well, he told me to text, so hi." So it is sweet. So for more sweetness, let me invite you within to that one life. The one life that is God's life. The perfect life. The life that is whole and complete, lacking nothing, including everything, all-powerful, all-knowing, expressing through everything there is, and that means me, and that means everyone here, and everyone we know, and everyone we don't know, everyone we like, everyone we don't like, everybody around the world, and not only that, expressing through all of the trees and all of the blades of grass, and all the fish in the sea, and all the four-leggeds, all the crawlers, expressing through everything that is alive. And so it must be that it is expressing through Mother Gaia and the star nations, the crystalline ones, the watery ones. Everything is alive, and it is alive with God. And so as I consider myself as a drop in God's ocean, I know that my life is one with the life of the trees and the four-leggeds. I know that my life is one with all that I dwell together with on this earth plane. I love, respect, and honor every single life. Or at least I pray that I may be more aware of every life and how I impact it. And may it be that I contribute love and balance and peace, all qualities of the infinite, that as I express, those qualities move out into the world, blessing and unifying. And if those within the sound of my voice just say a silent "me too" within, this prayer is for each and every one of us. And releasing it now with joy at the beginning of this wonderful Sunday service. I release, I let go, I let God. And so it is. Amen. So we have a divine expression of God that's with us on the music team today. Kalyani, a friend of our community who just blesses us every time she is here. So with Bodhi this morning, please welcome Kalyani.
Thank you, Reverend Karyl. So it's a great pleasure to be back with you. I'm often inspired by the Way of Mastery, which is kind of an extension of the Course in Miracles. And they say in the Way of Mastery, how's the world going to be a happy place if we don't decide to be happy first? So with that in mind, I wrote a song just primarily for my own happiness, and it works for me. So it might work for you. And there's a part where you can sing along, and basically you're singing, "Oh yeah."
Oh
okay?
yeah.
So can you handle that?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, and there's a little pause here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, let's sample the piece.
Okay.
Okay, because there's a little pause before the "oh yeah." Okay.
Oh yeah, you gotta say the "oh yeah" in the right place.
That's right. I'm supposed to do what makes me happy. Oh yeah. Okay, let's try it. I'm supposed to do what makes me happy. Oh yeah. Okay, now you've got it. Here we go. I'm supposed to do what makes me happy. Oh yeah. Follow the inner guidance of joy. Take a risk and start creating. Pay attention. We're learning how to play, and we're supposed to do what makes us happy. Oh yeah. Follow the inner guidance of joy, and we can never stop creating. Pay attention. We're learning how to play, and it's kind of like a game. Be like a child. An experiment. Step into the unknown and discover it's a fun experience. I'm supposed to do what makes me happy. Oh yeah. Follow the inner guidance of joy, and we can never stop creating. Pay attention. We're learning how to play, and it's kind of like a game. Be like a child. An experiment. Step into the unknown and discover it's a fun experience. Be willing not to know. You can't control your dream coming true. Be willing to go slow. Focus on your goal to make happy. I'm supposed to do what makes me happy. Oh yeah. Follow the inner guidance of joy, and we can never stop creating. Pay attention. We're learning how to play, and it's kind of like a game. Be like a child. An experiment. Step into the unknown and discover it's a fun experience. Be willing not to know. You can't control your dream coming true. Be willing to go slow. Focus on your goal to make happy. Only you can let it flow. Focus on your goal to make happy. I'm supposed to do what makes me happy. Oh yeah.
Aww.
Good morning. My name is Michael Hart, and I'm the practitioner for you this morning. And we'd like to start with gratitude. And today I'd like to invite anyone who's ever done anything on our Heart to Heart, our pastoral care team, to stand up for a moment. All of those who've ever been involved with Heart to Heart. These are the people who serve people who are facing health challenges with cooking, rides, conversation, and prayer. They are our sweetest team. Woo! And look at our children today. Their study today is going to be peacefulness. So I thought we might take a look at them and then close our eyes and take 3 deep breaths. Take them as deep as you can, all the way into the very bottom of your body. Breathing in once and letting go. Breathing in again, holding peace and letting go. Breathing in a final time and letting go. Just a moment of quietness and all the joy that we've already experienced this morning. And now to get back to the joy, we have lots and lots of things going on in our community, and they're all in your bulletin. And the biggest one coming up is Easter, of course. We have Easter dinner for up to 200 people, and all the sign-up sheets for you are on the events table to sign up to bring things. We have found one wonderful lead person. Johnny Van is going to lead the basket team, but we would love to have leaders for all the other team. And the biggest one of all is, of course, the food. We need lots of food of all kinds. We need lots more of us to sign up to feed the rest of us. And so please do sign up to participate in some way. There's also, of course, baskets and hats and all kinds of things to get involved with over there. So this will be our most wonderful Easter celebration ever. And today is the fifth Sunday, so we are invited to Jet Walker's house to have brunch today. So please do bring from 1 to 3, and please do bring some food to share, and also do carpool. And there are directions on the events table to Jet's house. Thank you, Jet. And this coming Friday is Reverend Karyl's ritual workshop for the spring, and that's going to be about Easter and Passover. We do need to have at least 6 prepaid sign-ups, so sign up for that also on the events team today, and Reverend Karyl will be teaching this. And finally, is Mary Cosgrove here? Or Jay? Okay, so not this week. So I think we'll move right on to Reverend Karyl, our wonderful senior minister and community leader. Woo-hoo!
So before I leap into the message for the morning, I have a few announcements. First of all, Sonia Nelson is here today, right there. Can you just stand up and so everybody can see you? Now, Sonia recovered these wonderful risers. So I would just like you to think that and they're beautiful. Thank you. So this is her business, and I just want you to know that every stitch I know was done with love. I mean, it feels different to stand up here, so thank you so much. I am going to be teaching the Roots of Science of Mind for anyone who would like an accredited class this spring. It's 8 weeks. And when does it start? It starts April 24th. It goes for 8 weeks. There's a sign-up sheet and a few flyers if you would like to take this home and think about it, or if you know you want another accredited class, please sign up right away. Also, this tour to England that I am leading from August 6th to August 15th, it's filling up. And so if you have been thinking that, one of these days you're going to go on a Reverend Karyl trip and you want, to go into Stonehenge and be in the stones where regular people don't get to go, but we get to go, you got to sign up. And those are the end of what I have to say for the announcements. So, fifth Sunday, does anyone ever think with me that March is an endless month? And it's like, here I am, definitely in middle age, and finally it is consciously aware in my mind that after February, the shortest month, March seems endless. I mean, it's on the 23rd of March, and I'm thinking, isn't it close to the end? No, not even close to the end. So now it is close to the end. We have had 5 Sundays. This is the 5th Sunday in March, and we are moving through this wonderful essay by Ernest Holmes that is called What We Believe right here, at taking one statement per month. And so this is the last day on soul, so you got to get it today. Okay? So this is what we're looking at. We believe in the eternality, the immortality, and the continuity of the individual soul, forever and ever expanding. And I think that we've explored a lot about soul, and I just want to review it for you just a little bit. That soul is that part of us that is everlasting and moves through eternity, growing and evolving. It lives on. It lives on. This is just a piece of eternity here, this earthly life. So why does this matter to us? Because this is heavy-duty philosophy, and my God, next month it's about heaven. So that's even greater, like how many angels on the head of a pin. So we have to make it matter to us. Why does it matter that you are an eternal being? It matters to me because I know that I will never end, and you will never end. There's not an ending. You can't think of that, really, that there's no ending. It's hard to wrap our mind. It's impossible to wrap my mind around. But what that means is that what we think is the ending, death, isn't. It's not anybody's ending. All your people that you have loved that have gone through that doorway, they're fine. Everybody goes through death alive and well. Traveling right through, really. So, I'm going through again the Harry Potter stories, and then seeing the movies, and it's kind of like going to the Hogwarts train on the 9 3/4 station. You go right through that wall. You go right through death, and it doesn't bother you one little bit. So the next thing that we established is that our soul wanted to come to earth. That's why we came here. This dimension is all about choice, so we can extrapolate that probably we weren't assigned anything. We got to say, yeah, I want to come. I want to come here. And so all of the things about earth are really, really important to our soul. Why does this matter to us? It matters to me because I get to say, I can take time to just enjoy the things that are on this dimension. I can stare out at my roses for 30, 40, 50 minutes a day if I want to. If I wanted to, I could sit out there and commune with every single bud. And it would probably do my soul really good because my soul loves earthly beauty. And so does yours. So it matters. And if you want an assignment, go be happy and look at something beautiful. Okay? That's your assignment. So our soul, we also established, is undeniably one with God. And why does that matter to us? It matters because you do not have to find the right religion. Isn't that fabulous? Think about that. You are one with God right now, no matter what you do, really no matter what you believe. So you don't have to go searching. I hope I'm in the right place, so I go to heaven. Well, that's going to be next month. You are one with God right now. You don't have to do anything about it. It's all done for you. Okay? So that's what we've established so far. So today, with this wonderful, wonderful altar by Susanne Mabardy, our life is always more than this. And so she has some masks and things that sometimes mask what we think is our life, because our life is always more. So life, and therefore us, and therefore our soul, is always more than anything. And just like we can't really imagine forever, we can't really imagine all there is, but we can know that life and God and us are more than anything that we are involved in here and now, more than any detail, more than anything that worries you, more than anything that you are concerned about. Our essence, and that is the word, that's the quote I read. That's the word. The word is essence today. And the essence of us really is our soul. And all the things, all the trappings, all the things that we think that we're really, really involved with, it's kind of fun. Hopefully we are having fun with all those details, but it doesn't really reflect the essence of us. So in the big book, this is the Science of Mind textbook that is used for most classes, and it's the work of our founder that also wrote the What We Believe essay. This is in the chapter of immortality at the end of it, and he says, "We are born of eternal day, and the spiritual sun shall never set upon the glory of the soul, for it is the coming forth of God into self-expression." That is a majestic statement to meditate on. And I would like to personalize that for us. First of all, I'll personalize it for me. So as you listen, you can personalize it for yourself. I am born of eternal day, and the spiritual sun shall never set upon the glory of my soul, for I am the coming forth of God into self-expression. And now listen as I tell you that. You, and you, and you, and you, and you, and you are born of eternal day, and the spiritual sun shall never set upon the glory of your soul. For you are the coming forth of God into self-expression. So here are the words. I want you to say them with me now. I am the coming forth of God into self-expression. Now, this will be in the letter that I send out. If you're not on the letter, just go to the website and subscribe. Because this is something that would be really good for us to say every single morning. It's a wonderful way to start your day. It's a wonderful statement for making decisions. It's a wonderful statement for dealing with issues that cause problems. Because if you are the coming forth of God, you handle it entirely differently than if you feel yourself a victim. And the truth is, you are the coming forth of God into self-expression. Now, in our positive form of treatment or prayer called spiritual mind treatment, the second step is really this. The second step is, I am one with God. And it's kind of like the song that we sang. There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. So this statement, however, takes that and sort of sends it into dynamic action. That I am the coming forth of God into self-expression. It's what we do on this earth plane. We bring the life and the presence and the power and the love of God into self-expression in this earthly plane. It is a fabulous compilation of pretty much everything we believe. And so, how much of every day do we think like this? And how much of every day do we think about the details? I think probably, if we're doing well, about 95% of the time we're dealing with details. And if we come back to essence for a fraction of our day, that's fabulous. So today I want to talk about everything that you have done with your career, with your accomplishments, with your joys and pains, or everything that you have done with your daytimer or your little schedule on your iPhone. Everything you've done with your email, everything you've done with your returned phone calls or not returned phone calls, or your to-do list, every single detail, you are more than that. So we're going to talk about what we identify with, and in fact, like how you get to know someone initially. You say, hi, my name is so-and-so, and what do you do? How we identify ourselves, we're so much more than that. And so the PowerPoint lesson is you are more than, and so I'm going to go through some of the categories in our life, and I want you to know that I'm not saying anything negative or demeaning or diminishing about any of the roles that we play in our life, because these are blessings. We give blessings through these roles. We receive blessings through these roles. We receive challenges through these roles, which is another kind of blessing. And it builds our soul, and we are more than any of it. And that's the message for today. So are you ready with me? Okay. Your personal history. We're more than our personal history. We're more than all that we've done. We're more than all of the circumstances through which we've lived. I don't know about you, but I've got a lot of photo albums and then a lot more photos in boxes. And I am more than all of the things that those albums and photos represent. However precious, and they are precious, I'm more than this. So, it's interesting on Facebook, we reveal ourselves so much. And well, this is not, I'll tell some stories about me, but this is actually a story about somebody else. And you don't know, none of you know this person. So this is a wealthy person, and that's important to this person. And so somehow or other, he got this app that you can plug into, I guess, Facebook, and it's a map thing, and it you can click on it, and it counts up all the places that you've been in your life. And so this person is very, very well traveled. And so we sort of got the evolution of him using this app on Facebook, that he's been to so many scads of countries and he's lived in so many scads of places. And then it was like 900 cities that he has visited. And then finally, he said after all going through this entire app, and he was very grateful to the person that shared this app with him, he determined that he had been in 1,100 cities or towns. Now, did anybody comment on this? No. It was very, very important to him, his history. And I think he was ignoring his essence, because he's a person who what he has and what he's done is so important. And so he is more than this. And so our personal history is history, people. It's history. It's in the past. I like to say that as English people do, the past. So the past is not so important when we live fully every single day through our essence as the coming forth of God into self-expression. And so realizing that whatever you say about the collection of years and months and trips and things that you have done in your personal history and numbers of mates and husbands and wives and all of that stuff, it's in the past, and your essence is what counts. So you are more than your past. So let's say that. I am more than my past. You are more than your past, okay? Do you feel that? Blessings from the past, but you're more than that, okay? You got the idea now. All right. Your name or identity, or we could also add personality. And we really live through our personality a lot. We actually live through all of this, our identity, our name. Now, just to tell you, I've had a lot of last names. I was born Huntley, actually. I was adopted by my stepfather, Mr. Jones. Then I married a Mr. Saker. Then I married a Mr. Texera. And now I'm back to Huntley. So this collection of me's was brought home very clearly one time when I came back with my son from an international trip, and his father, the Mr. Saker, was meeting us. And you know how people hold up signs for people that they're meeting in international? So he had this big sign and he has really nice printing. He's an architect. So he had this really well-printed sign with Jones crossed out, Saker crossed out, Texera crossed out, Huntley question mark. I think that's me. And so as I was remembering that, I was remembering a party that I had gone to a while ago, a few years back, where there were people at this party that knew me from different eras of my life. And so literally, I was introduced to people at that party as all those names. They would go, "Karyl, it's so great to see you. Oh, here, this is Karyl Jones." And then I'd go a little farther. "This is Karyl Saker." And look, a little farther. "This is Karyl Texera." And you know, I'm not my name. I'm not my personality. And neither are you. How many people have changed your name for any reason? Yeah. And it feels different. We have blessings from every one of our varieties of names, but we are more than that. So say with me, I am more than my identity. Feel that. Our identity is really important to us. And we're more than that. Our essence is the coming forth of God into self-expression. Your body. Oh my goodness. We are so concerned, really, about our body. And we think about it a lot, and we do a lot to make it look as good as it possibly can. Or maybe it's just me, but I don't think so. That we have a body. We aren't our body, but we have our body. We have a body, and we wash it and brush it and exercise it and paint it and tattoo it, and it is a vehicle for us, but it isn't who we are. C.S. Lewis said, "You don't have a soul, you are a soul, and you have a body." So I found this story about physical appearance on the internet. There is a story told about Leonardo da Vinci when he was painting The Last Supper. He chose an attractive, clean, innocent-looking young man named Piero Bardinelli to be his model for Jesus in the painting. That was one of the first figures he painted in the great painting. The complete work took several years to finish, and the final character he painted was Judas. It is told that Da Vinci went into the slums looking for someone who would look the part, and he found the perfect man, one that was gaunt, empty, and hollow-looking. Later, as he was painting the model, he sensed something vaguely familiar about the man, and he asked if they had ever met before. The model said, "Yes, we have met, but I have come upon some hard times since then." He said his name was Piero Bardinelli, and that he was the one who was the model for Jesus some years before. Now, I could tell you this story, and it could mean a whole bunch of things for different talks. But in this talk, it means that we may change physically, even drastically, but we are still the same essence. And so say with me, I am more than my body. Yes, you are. And I love to hug each and every one of your bodies. And you are more than that. And I see your essence. So, more than our intellect. Now, this one was hard for me because I love my intellect. I am very grateful that I can put ideas together. I enjoy it. I love it. I mean, this is really the perfect job for me. You know that? You know, I get to think. When Melanie, my daughter, was in like junior high school, she said, "Mom, you write a paper every week." And I go, yeah. So I have fun with that. It's a blessing. I am grateful for it. It wouldn't feel like me if I didn't think and compare and relate and imagine and symbolize. But it's not who I am. And when I thought about that, it's true that my mind is the mind of God, but not the contents of my mind. The contents of my mind are interesting and are my blessing. And no matter how smart I am or anyone is, every single mind is the mind of God and not the contents. So say with me, I am more than my intellect. I'm more than my intellect. So here's one. Your occupation. Now, for most of us, most of our life, most of our waking life until we retire, and maybe some of us never retire, most of our life is spent in our occupation. And hopefully we love it. Hopefully we are blessed by it. Hopefully it is a part of our identity that we really identify with. But you know what? It's not. We are more. It is who we are, and we are more than that. So I am a minister, but if I am what I do, who am I when I'm not doing it? And you know, we are really told as we go through ministerial school that you are always a minister. And when you go through practitioner training, you're told you're always a practitioner. But you know, sometimes I slip. Sometimes I forget that I'm dealing with a coming forth of God into expression when I am dealing with people. I do. And so not all of the time would I say I'm acting ministerly, or even I am a minister in some moments. But I am more than that. I am more than my occupation. So you might, as we're thinking about that each one of us is more than these categories, everyone you know is more than these categories. So I have some friends who I really like the partner that my son has chosen. Thank goodness. But even if I didn't, she's a coming forth of God into expression. I love Kim, and I see her perfection. But there are people that I have worked with who are very upset about the people that their children choose because of the profession or the occupation or whatever. And everybody is more than that. So say with me, I am more than my occupation. Yes, you are. Now, this is a biggie. You are more than your accomplishments or your failures or your mistakes. Now, this is really important because, look at you. It's like, I'm telling you, this should be hallelujah. I am more than that really ridiculous thing I did. Thank God for me, too. So much self-definition is about this. And we define our children and our exes and everything about the accomplishments and the failures or mistakes. And when we're happy with ourselves or happy with them, we define them by their accomplishments. But when we're unhappy with ourselves or with others, we define them by their mistakes or their failures. And everybody is always more than this. So on my refrigerator, I have this great cartoon. And it's a little man that's come up to the pearly gates, and he's looking really worried. And he's got his little bag with him. And there's St. Peter, behind the desk, looking at this guy's life with all of the mistakes and all of the failures that we have all done. And he's looking at him, and the little guy is really scared. And he says, well, no, that isn't a sin either. Oh, you poor thing, you must have scared yourself to death. We scare ourselves to death, and we can die to the living even if we're in our bodies and in our occupations. And so we are always more than our mistakes or our failures or our sins. Remember what I said in the first place, you are an immortal soul. You are one with God. You don't have to worry about anything you ever did. So, say with me, I am more than my accomplishments and my failures. Did you believe that? Yes. Good. Okay. Finally, we are more than our relationships. So, we are more than when people look at us and we are reflected in their eyes, we're always more than that, unless they are saying to us, wow, you are truly the coming forth of God into self-expression. I texted that to somebody this morning. I did. You are the coming forth of God into self-expression. Think about when you turn your phones on, sending that off to somebody. You are the coming forth of God into self-expression. Let's hope they don't read it while they're driving. That's the truth. And in our seeing others, in all of our relationships, if we looked at each one like you are the coming forth of God into self-expression, and if they're really screwing it up at the time, we can be like Mother Teresa, who said, there is another child of God in such an interesting disguise. But the truth is, everybody, no matter what, is the coming forth of God into self-expression. So all of the roles that you have played in all of your relationships, you are more than this. So say with me, I am more than my relationships. I am more than my relationships. So this is kind of all the ones I had room for on one slide. And if there are any other categories that you have for yourself, yes. Yes. More than the states that we are in, if we are happy or sad. Absolutely. We're more than our emotions. Oh, thank you very much. We don't often get participation, but that was a good one. Let's say that I am more than my emotions. Very good, very good. Yes, that is true. So what's left? What's left? Thich Nhat Hanh said something very wise. Who were you before you were born? That's who you are. All of these things we have acquired as we came to earth. We got a body. Our emotions are felt through our body. We put our body into some sort of a job. All of that. We relate to somebody else's body. We call it a relationship. And we are always more than that, because what we are is a soul that is coming forth from God into expression. And that pure essence is who you really, really are. So every Sunday, we have a takeaway. And this is for the people, maybe the ones you texted. They go, what was it this morning? What did you think about this morning? So this is your takeaway from this morning. I am more than all my conditions. I am an eternal being. Now that should make you feel really good. And that feeling really good can take you forth into your day today. And you can be changed. Your affect, your self-presentation can be changed, because you're more than that too. But as we think about all of these things that we have talked about today, the coming forth of God happens through all of them. So we can come forth as God in our relationships. We can come forth as God in our jobs. You know, sometimes when I counsel people that don't like their jobs and they want another job, I say to them, you know, you have a ministry right there where you are. And no matter what you're doing, though you can tell the truth to the people that you're working with or working for, which is, it's a really wonderful thing to kind of figure out how you can tell them the truth. Now, the truth, of course, is that they are a coming forth of God into self-expression. But, you know, if you just lay that on somebody, they might like go, what? So how can you say the same thing and have it be received? That's a wonderful way to use your ministry in your work, by speaking the truth to people at the level that they can hear it. And if you say to yourself, I would love to do that and I don't know how, see a practitioner after the service. That would be a wonderful way to use the practitioner. Say, you know, I'm a waitress. How can I? Oh, that's an easy one. You know, it's so easy to be the face of God when you're a waitress, because nurturing people with food, it's beautiful. So that's another talk. So we actually act through all of these roles that we play in this life because we're after love. That's what we want. We are pure love. That's the essence of us. And we really want to either get it or receive it through everything that we do. And sometimes it works when essence meets essence, but a lot of the times we're disappointed, because that love that we're looking for from a particular place, through acknowledgement or through a particular way that we want our partner to love us, it doesn't happen, and then we feel diminished, when the truth is that our essence is connected directly to the source of all love. And so we can provide that for ourselves. And so as we finish up this wonderful month on soul, I want to read to you a little bit from Anam Cara, which is John O'Donohue's first book. Anam Cara means soul friend in Gaelic. And so all of this is about how to nurture our soul. So he writes, love should make you free. You become free of the hungry, blistering need with which you continually reach out to scrape affirmation, respect, and significance for yourself from things and people outside yourself. To be holy is to be home, to be able to rest in the house of belonging that we call the soul. Let me read that last sentence again. and then we'll go into the inner work. To be holy is to be home, to be able to rest in the house of belonging that we call the soul. And so, if you would return inside with me to that place that reflects the Sanskrit word namaste. And one translation is that when I am in my holy place and feeling one with God, and you are in your holy place and feeling one with God, we are truly one with each other. And so, to go to that place that is home on the inside of us, and to feel the tendrils of belonging reaching to God and God reaching to us, as close as our next breath, as close as our next heartbeat. Feeling the angel wings wrap around us and whisper in our ear that we are the beloved of the one, and we belong. We belong in eternity. We belong in God. We belong at this point on the earth, but we have our toes in the realm of the eternal. We are at home every time we turn within and realize that our soul is that God particle in us that never ever leaves, that is coming forth every time we open our eyes and wake up and begin our day. It is the soul, the particle of God that is us, that comes forth into that eternal day to express the God within. And everywhere we go, we meet others doing the same thing. And as we practice being within our holy place, our home on the inside, and picturing others in their holy place, their home, inside them, the edges that create differences disappear, and we are one. We are home in God. Blessed be.
I'm learning how to love, and that love is free. Learning how to love all these pieces I call me. Learning how to open, learning to receive. I'm yearning to melt the icicles inside. Yearning to share this treasure where I reside. And when we get together, I look into your eyes and I realize it feels like being held by an angel. It feels like being held in unconditional love. And I can feel those angels' wings pressing up against me. Ooh. I'm longing to trust each moment that I find, longing to explore far beyond what I define. And when we come together, I know you feel it too. I see myself in you. And it feels like being held by an angel. It feels like being held in unconditional love. It feels like being held by an angel. And I can feel those angels' wings open up inside me, and I soar high above the clouds, knowing I can always trust the outcome. I can just spread my wings, feel the joy it brings. It feels like being held by an angel. It feels like being held in unconditional love. Feels like being held by an angel. Open your loving wings. Let the wind rise up beneath you. And when our hearts are open wide, take my hand. Our love lights up the sky, and we just spread our wings. Feel the joy it brings and fly. Just fly, just fly. Just fly, just fly, just fly. Thank you.
You know, it's so great when God's the stage manager. That was such the perfect song. Thank you so much, Kalyani. Kalyani has some CDs right around behind the altar here. So would the ushers please come forward, and would all of you take out your play money along with your check or your real money? And we have a brand new core. I don't know whether we've introduced you before, but Francine Huss and Rick Walt, would you stand up, please? Francine and Rick are heading up our new Prosperity Corps. So from time to time, we are going to be helping all of us with our prosperity consciousness. So you were given a piece of play money when you came in. And I want you to imagine that that was real money and how you would feel just having real money given to you. Now, the person who is responsible for this play money is Susie Corte. So, Susie, would you stand up? Thank you very much. And so imagine if you were Susie Corte and you had all this money, real money, that you were going to give out to everybody. How would that make you feel? Yeah. Now, think inside. I mean, really, you can't fool consciousness. So if you're thinking, are you kidding? I would keep that. I would so keep that. Or if you were saying, do I have to give it? I don't know if I want to give it. If you were saying, I would love to give money to everybody and just have it be such a surprise, that would feel so cool to me. It would be like stuffing Christmas stockings in everybody's house. It would be so fabulous. So in order to know your prosperity consciousness, you have to be aware of how you feel about money, which is one of the symbols of your prosperity. So you got this money, and now I want you to put it in the offering plate and pretend it's real money. Now, do you have a $1 bill and you say, oh my gosh, this is so little? Yeah, it's almost doesn't mean anything because it's so little. Or if you have a 20 and you usually give $2, you go, I want you to feel how that would feel giving 20. So how does it feel to give the denomination of the bill that you have, pretending it's real money? And as the basket comes by, you look at all the money in there. Sometimes the ushers say, you know, I really like that we have those little cards that say, I've already pledged, but I wish I could see more money in the baskets. So just pretend that as the basket goes by you, it's getting filled and filled and filled with real money. And that real money is just cycled right through this community for you. And then anything else that you become aware of, just notice it. And right now, we'll just pray on that play money and on the real money. And we'll just say that it's all play money because it is God's energy moving through us. And as we give, there's always more to receive. And the more I give with joy, the more I receive with ample, ample supply. So bless the giving, bless the receiving, and so it is. Yay. Would the ushers please receive the gifts?
God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. What I need, everything. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. Put your hands together. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. What I need, everything. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. Everything I need. God is my source. Woo! God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. God gives me everything I need. What I need, what I need. God gives me everything I need.
Woo! This is wonderful. These offering baskets are so full. It's so fun. And it just goes down and down and down. This is great. It's really, I'm having a very good time with this play money. Thank you. And the real money, too.
Recycle that money every week.
Well, yeah. Well, we got other things in mind.
Oh, look out.
So, bless. And oh, gosh. So, as the practitioners come forward, we have a new Prac 2 student that is here on the prayer table for the very first time, and that is Pat Sandry. Please welcome Pat. Michael, you can pray us out. We're so proud of our students.
Would the other practitioners please surround the room and hold the high watch on this glorious day? Please join me now in spiritual mind treatment. And as I go within to that place where the seed always shines forth, I remember that the source of it is light itself. Life itself lives me now. Life itself is here, now, and everywhere. in its grandeur, in its power, in its chaos, in its order, knowing that that order is its basic nature, that order returns again and again. My faith is complete. And I go into that knowing that I am made of and by and for that one life expressing itself. That each time it says, I am, there is a new creation, and I am one of these. And so is each one within the sound of my voice, each one a new I am of that life that lives endlessly, of that life that begins anew in every moment and yet never ends. One life living itself as each one of us, one glorious, beautiful, powerful, free, abundant givingness gives forth, falls into form as each one of us. And as the source and substance, as the purpose of our being, that one expresses its own nature of peace, of harmony, of power, of freedom, of abundance. And so I call forth our knowing of this now. I speak my word for each one within the sound of my voice, and claim for each one, and embrace and accept and declare on their behalf that new awareness of the power, of the beauty, of the light that shines forth through them, so that each one feels at the very core of their being that yes, they are more than their past, whether it be full of sorrow and regret, sadness and limitation, or whether it be something to be yearned after as a lost innocence. That yes, they are more than their accomplishments, their failures, their doings, their feelings, their intellects. That each one is more than this, that light simply flows through them and enables them to be a part of that ever coalescing and recoalescing of life itself. And I give thanks for this. I celebrate that new making real of the awareness of good. And I release this, my word, to its law, to that law of mind that allows that which is known here to be known everywhere. And I simply let it be. And so it is. Amen.
So as you stand for our affirmation and final song, remember you are a coming forth of God into self-expression. So repeat this up here with me right now. My soul reflects the majesty of my Creator. I am eternal, immortal, and everlasting. The glory of my own soul and the splendor of the infinite source is one and the same. My soul sings for joy at this truth.